Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a bit shorter than usual and also a little bit less good quality. I don't have many of my resources to make this video, but I thought I'd get it out. You'd appreciate, me getting something out for my thoughts on the Richmond Geelong game. So yeah, obviously we play Geelong tomorrow on Saturday, and it's a game that will decide a lot. I know I said that last week, but if we beat Geelong, then we're a real sniff to make the top four. But if we don't, then we go, we might fall as far as, I think, 9th or 8th or something. But yeah, so I'm viewing, as I said last week, I viewed the Carlton game as a mini-final, but I also am going to view this game as a mini-final. 4th versus 5th, I mean, it might very well be a finals preview. No, sorry, 4th versus 6th. But, I'm going to be at this game. I think it's going to be electric. I'm expecting a fairly sized crowd. Like I'd hope for a good 50,000 to rock up to this game. It's a twilight game. Richmond versus Carlton, big rivals. I feel like we've had a pretty good rivalry with Carlton. I mean, why do I keep saying Carlton? Geelong. I feel like we've had quite a good rivalry with Geelong over the past 5 or so years with all our finals encounters. But anyway, besides the point. Where do I think this game will be won? I think the game will be won in the terms of Jeremy Cameron and Tom Hawkins. Because, if Robbie Tarrant, who has got that knuckle complaint, if he cannot perform, Grimes has been in great form and so is Broad and Floston. If they can't hold Cameron and Hawkins to a small score, then I'll be very worried. I think that might be the difference in this game. I think that Lynch also has to kick a bag for us to stay relevant in this game. But I feel like another Geelong player who's very important is Tom Stewart, and we really need to limit Tom Stewart. I mean, we saw last week he was limited by the West Coast players, and he really, they almost won the game, and it's West Coast, So anyway, I think that if we limit Tom Stewart and make sure we limit Hawkins and Cameron, I mean, I saw in the paper the other day that their record against top 8 sides, in terms of Jeremy Cameron's anyway, he doesn't kick as many goals against the top 8 sides. Now, that might just be a dumb stat, but I think he's averaged under a goal a game against the top 8 sides and 3 or so goals a game against bottom 10. I also think that the midfield battle will be interesting, because I don't think Geelong has an especially dominant midfield, and I know Richmond doesn't either. We more rely on the system. But I'm very curious to see with Jack Ross how he'll perform at the big level. He had a really good week in the VFL, and I really want Jack Ross to, as I said last week too, I really want him to do well. I don't want to see him do bad in this competition. It's a cruel game, but I think that'll be something to watch, and I think that Cochin is a big out, but if he can fill the shoes of Cochin to a certain extent, I'll be happy. He doesn't have to get 30, but if he gets 20 and does a few nice things, then I'll be happy with his game. I see Morris is playing too, as is Hugo is dropped, which is understandable. Judson kept his role. I think that he got unlucky with the wet conditions. I saw him go up to the wing and become that option when we're transitioning out of the back half. So I hope I can see him do that a bit tomorrow. But yeah, look, the only thing I'm a bit worried about is, do do you leave Hugo in, who's got a bit more experience than a Judson Clark, or do you just leave Clark in? I guess you got to give him the benefit of the doubt, a bit of experience. He had a good first game and he had a pretty quiet second game, but I feel like Dimmer's got to share the love a bit, give the players a bit of game time. So, are we hoping Morris can kick a couple or do a few good things, get that pressure forward role that he's so well known for at Tigerland. The ruck duel will be also interesting with Soldo and Nankervis up against Reece Stanley, and is Radicalier playing? I'm not sure. But I think that, again, we had a really good clearance game and we need to keep that going. I think that was, it was very refreshing to see us actually win a clearance battle. Oh, and so Dusty's out. I mean, Dusty's back, and so is Paddy Dangerfield. And I don't think these two will be the most influential players, but if Dusty can kick 2 goals and get 15 with a few good things, I'll be happy. But, I know he performs in the big games, so we'll see how he goes. I mean, I'd much rather a team with Dusty in it because of his capability. So, if Richmond wins and Carlton loses, I believe we jump them on the ladder, which is crazy to think. I mean, we got off to a horrible start. I think at one point we were 2-4 because we lost those 2 to Adelaide or something crazy. But I can't believe that if Carlton may well lose to Fremantle. I've tipped them to lose, but don't write Carlton out. I'll tell you that now. But if we beat Geelong, then we've got West Coast next week, and I know they just beat Essendon, but I think that we should beat them. If we lose, then I've lost all faith in the club. But we've got a pretty good run, got a fairly nice run home, favourable run home, and if we can just keep this form, like keep that upward trajectory going, then who knows what we could do. I mean, we'd be even on points with Geelong. We'd be outside the top 4 on percentage. That's crazy. And we need to keep our percentage high because, that's definitely what the top 8's going to be decided on, percentage. It might be the difference between 12th and 7th. It's crazy. All the teams are so evenly matched. You go into a game and you don't know if you're going to win or not because times are so different. Anyway, guys, as I said, I'll be at the game and I'll be praying they can get over the line. I feel like they're definitely capable, but going to the Geelong game last year put me through a few traumatic memories. Lost by about 60 points. Let's hope that doesn't happen again, but Geelong, they saw a bit of a shaky game against one of the wooden spooner teams in West Coast, so who knows, but they're 2 teams, both in good form, both aiming for that top 4 finish, so it'll be a cracker of a game, and I'll hope to get some footage and maybe pop it on the YouTube. Anyway, guys, sorry about the bad quality video, but I'll see you in the next one, and go Tigers. Let's hope that we can get it done.